Hi, I'm Tulife, and this video is about cultivating gratitude. I hope you enjoy. Gratitude is something that is probably one of the most self-loving acts and one of the most connecting acts with others that we can do in our day-to-day life. Step one for cultivating gratitude is actually feeling gratitude. So, how do we feel gratitude? Well, think of a time that someone did something for you or something happened to you that you felt very grateful about. Anything. And I want you to close your eyes and focus on your, in Japanese it's called tanden. Some people call it the seat of the soul. Or you can just think of it as your belly button. Focus your attention on that area of your body and thinking of that memory of gratitude. Okay? So once you have that memory of gratitude, I want you to focus it in this area. And for me, this kind of felt like a fluttering when I first felt gratitude that kind of came up into my heart chakra. So just think about that memory and just let the semantics of that memory fall away, but the feeling stay. And plant it like it's a seed in that part of your body. Let it grow up and up to your heart chakra until it expands. Allow that feeling of gratitude that is within your energy center, the seat of your soul, to spiral around within your body, around your body, rising through your crown and expanding so that you may receive insights and gifts of gratitude from the universe. How do you feel? Maybe you feel a little bit lightheaded, maybe a little bit woozy, that's fine. But just hold this gratitude within you, within your energy core, and allow it to go through all of your energy body that actually runs through your physical body. So, and these other tools that I'm about to talk about, just remember what gratitude feels like in your body. It may feel a little bit different to you than it did for me. So maybe just go back to that little meditation that I just did and try to feel that gratitude again within you. Practice seeing gratitude in the beauty that surrounds you that you may take for granted. Grateful when you see an old couple feeding ducks by the riverside. Grateful when you see flowers next to an autumn tree in the middle of December. Being grateful for those that are around you. Of course, this means like friends and family that have been there for you, even through good times. Sometimes just sending them a text is all, like, I'm grateful to have you in my life. This can be very rewarding to do. But even if you don't necessarily have friends and family, I've been there before, it's okay. You simply have to be grateful for those that are around you. And what I mean by that is when you're walking down the street, when you're taking public transportation, those people that sit beside you, just be grateful. Just be grateful for their presence. And so to do this, again, go back to that feeling of gratitude and feeling it throughout your entire body and just radiating it out. So anyone that's close to you in your bubble, in your energetic fields, anyone that's close to you can feel this gratitude. They probably won't consciously, but they could subconsciously, and that's fine. people are going around all day with busy minds about all their stress. So maybe just like this little blip of gratitude, this higher vibration than what they're most possibly thinking, can be more helpful in ways that you don't know. You could even do this just by smiling at strangers. I mean, I'm from the South, so I've always smiled at strangers, and I know there's many cultures where that's seemed as like wrong, but at the same time, maybe it could help. Especially here in Tokyo. In my first video that I've ever done, I actually talked about this, where you actually interact with people that are around you, basically strangers. But here in Tokyo, it's a very introverted culture and a very introverted society, so people don't really like to interact. It's actually considered rude to talk on the train in Tokyo. Not so much for Kansai area, but Tokyo definitely. And so in Tokyo, if you take the train at like rush times, it's packed. It's really packed, and there's only like standing room because seats are left for women and children and elderly. So usually the way that I'm being held up on the train is like a group of, I say like 6 or 8 people that are around me in a circle, and it's just us being packed. And at these times, I'm just radiating this feeling of gratitude for every single person that my body is touching and being held up by. Especially when it's like the last train and you absolutely have to press your body against these strangers, like quite literally. And Japanese people being like very touch phobic, they don't like hugs, they don't really like showing PDA, it's kind of like taboo. So absolutely like pressing my big, soft, voluptuous body against them. They don't really seem to mind, because it's just another day for them where people are trying to cram themselves on the last train. But still, it like kind of makes me uncomfortable because, I mean, I don't normally go up and press my body against strangers. But so just that feeling of gratitude, like I'm just grateful that basically your body is supporting my body. I'm grateful that you're not cussing at me for having to do this. I'm grateful that you actually understand that this needs to be done so I can get home. But yeah, so just even if, you know, there's probably transportation that isn't like that for you, especially like on buses and subways and other areas, but just being grateful that these people chose to sit beside you, or chose to stand next to you. Just be grateful. Be grateful when people come up to you and ask for directions. Grateful that you seem approachable and trustworthy. This is something that I definitely value, to be seen as approachable and trustworthy, and someone that is actually knowledgeable. So even if I don't actually know the directions because I'm a tourist and I don't know the area, it's still just like, I still just beam out this gratitude towards them. So here in Japan, there are a lot of people that maybe dress in Lolita, or maybe men that look like they just came out of a J-pop or J-rock magazine, and they're just looking gorgeous. And instead of like inwardly expressing competition or envy or jealousy, how about I just express gratitude, or just a feeling. You don't have to talk to them. You could express gratitude by giving them a compliment, but even just having that feeling of gratitude towards this person for the energy that it took to express themselves, the courage that it took for them to express themselves, and the energy that it took for them to get all done up and gorgeous and beautiful. Just show them gratitude inwardly or outwardly. Are you one to think that we're all connected? Maybe even you're Christian and you believe that we're all children of God or brothers and sisters. I think in almost every culture there is some kind of semblance of everyone being connected with each other. If you ever try to be grateful instead of jealous, and what I mean by that is there's definitely a big competition between women in society. You know, competition to look better, to be thinner, to be more successful. But what if you actually try to be grateful that this woman is actually succeeding, and maybe that in celebrating her success, it's allowing success to be a vibration that's closer to you, or bring success closer to you. So if everyone is connected to each other, what does it say when we're actually giving negative emotion, negative thought patterns to those that we see, you know, as someone to be envious of, someone to be jealous of? What does it change if you're actually just happy for them, sincerely happy and grateful that they were able to find this? Along my journey, quite literally, I've traveled the world by myself, on my own, for the past few months. This is something that I've always wanted to do. It's something that I saved up for years to do. Yet I actually found out that a lot of people that I considered friends and family became really jealous, very envious, and actually kind of like hated me, stopped talking to me. And that was sad for me to find. These links that I had with these friends and family before is now broken because of that negativity. I don't want to be around that negativity. These people that don't want to see me succeed, that don't want to see me actually living out my dream. A lot of my friends have like also just graduated university, and they see their other colleagues that have gotten internships or jobs and whatnot, and regardless of gender or lack thereof, they're still very envious and scared and competitive against these colleagues of theirs. But if you feel that we're all connected, whatever form you see that in, maybe, just maybe, having that gratitude that they were able to find this opportunity for themselves, or able to express themselves in the most authentic way. What do you really have to lose besides your negative thought patterns and those negative feelings that actually really do affect you and do affect the relationships you have with people? Being grateful for your presence and your actual body. So society has taught me since I was a young girl that I ought to be ashamed of my body. It teaches many people this, actually. But and yes, I had horrible self-hatred against my body for a very, very long time. But once I actually started being grateful towards my body, grateful that I could walk, grateful that I could see, grateful that I could speak, grateful that my hair grew, even if you're not able-bodied, even if it's really difficult for you to live your life because of a chronic illness or situation in the home or whatever, just being grateful that you can read, being grateful that you can write. Right now, I'd say that I'm grateful that I can climb because I'm pretty high up. So if you are afraid of heights, maybe look away because I'm going to show you where I'm at, actually. So it's beautiful, but yeah, I'm pretty high up. So grateful that I can actually climb and be mobile and touch this beautiful sakura tree. Grateful that I can read. Actually, I can actually read some of these characters, but not all characters. Just how it is. Grateful that I can maintain balance, kind of, somewhat gracefully, but just being grateful for the things that I previously took for granted. And being grateful that I can show you I'm just absolutely in love with Sakura and this tower. This tower is beautiful. I have no idea what it has use for. There's absolutely no information on it, which makes me sad because this part of Tokyo is actually pretty old. So I don't know what's up with that tower, but it's awesome, right? So I'm just grateful that this like awesome, mysterious black tower is here with me, surrounded by all these beautiful trees. Overlooking Tokyo Bay, the sun is going down. Maybe you can kind of see over Tokyo Bay. So just gratitude for everything that surrounds you, for your presence, for who you are, for what you value, for the body that you live in. Even if right now you absolutely hate everything about your body, even if you feel that you're trapped in your body, just try to feel gratitude towards your body, towards yourself. The sun's red. Oh. So here in Tokyo, or Japan, children actually color the sun red. Maybe you can see it. Oh, it's not looking as red as it really is right now, but look at it. That is the fucking sun. That is the fucking sun setting itself along Tokyo Bay. And as the red sun is setting over Japan, here's the moon. And it's actually my phase of the moon, if you can see how that works. So this is definitely my favorite phase of the moon for many reasons. See what happens when you're just grateful, when you're just grateful for what surrounds you. I know that the sun is red in Japan, but I've never seen it quite like that, because usually when I see the red setting sun, it's in an area where there's too many buildings. I can't really see it, but I was able to film it even though you could barely see like how red it is, because it's but still it was so beautiful. Maybe I'll actually get my real camera out and be able to film how beautifully red the Japanese sun is. Seriously, I was just expressing like the utmost gratitude of what it is to be alive, to be in this body, to be surrounded, and grateful for my surroundings. And then that happened.